Hello, my name is Jeff, and this is a zero-option 2017 Ford Fiesta ST with just 500 original miles. That's right, 500. This car is essentially a brand new Ford Fiesta ST, which is ironic because Ford doesn't even build the Fiesta anymore. And this one is also very unique in the sense that it has zero options on it, which means it doesn't even get the Recaro bucket seats. Those were standard overseas, but optional for the cars here in the States. This car priced as equipped, $22,015 including delivery, which is very cheap, but that still gets you a performance hot hatch preserved in a garage with very, very low mileage, a 6-speed manual transmission, and these cars were raced in the World Rally Championship, and even Ken Block had a Ford Fiesta. Now that you're salivating for this car in particular, I have great news as it's for sale. It's heading up for auction on Bring a Trailer, where it will be selling with no reserve as offered from Casio Motors. And in this video, I'll take you through the exterior, the interior, the powertrain, and we'll take it for a very short drive. First, let's start with the engine, the heart and soul of any hot hatch. And what you want is something that's highly fuel efficient, but does it without sacrificing performance. And that's exactly what we have here with the Fiesta ST. Under the hood is a turbocharged 1.6-liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine that was rated by Ford for 197 horsepower and 202 pound-feet of torque. And that is, in fact, the peak output of the engine, but that's during the overboost function. You see, the Fiesta ST featured some tricky technology, which between 2,500 RPM and 4,000 RPM, the turbocharger could actually hit a higher boost for about 15 seconds, where the engine produced 197 horsepower. The actual base rating for the engine is 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. This engine is then paired with a 6-speed manual transmission, sending power to the front wheels. This car is also really lightweight, which is important for a sports car, and this thing weighs around 2,700 pounds and should do 0 to 60 in just 6.9 seconds with a drag-limited top speed of around 143 miles per hour. It's also very fuel efficient with 26 miles per gallon city, 33 miles per gallon highway, and 29 miles per gallon combined, all according to the EPA. Moving on to the exterior of our Ford Fiesta ST. This car comes with 2 keys, and of course it also features keyless entry. The color you see here that the car is finished in is called magnetic, which is this metallic gray that is in phenomenal condition because the car was stored in a garage and has just 500 miles on the odometer. As we take a look at the front of the car here, we have our halogen headlamps and our fog lights, but we also have our ST-specific front grille and badge. As we continue down the side of the car here, you can see the power adjustable mirrors, actually body color, in addition to the side molding. And you can see here we have the 17-inch wheels, which would be the base ST wheels. Of course, disc brakes on all 4 corners, and you have matching wheels in the rear. As we continue down the car, you can see here that the car is in fact a 5-door. You have the 4 passenger doors plus the rear hatch, which makes this a very practical hot hatch. And coming to the rear, we have this very iconic wing that is specific to the Fiesta ST model and is very much inspired by the World Rally Championship cars, but a very cool detail. We also have the ST badging. We have some of the original South Bay Ford components here where the car was sold new. And then you have this aggressive rear diffuser and the polished dual exhaust. But of course, you know we have to open the hatch because this is one of the things that makes this car so practical. You have all of this extra storage with seating for 5. You can peep the manual transmission. But this car remains fun to drive as a hot hatch and in impeccable shape for this car. Moving on to the interior of our zero-option car, this car features a charcoal cloth interior, which does feature contrast stitching. Notice here we even have ST here in the seat itself, which is pretty neat. The seats are in fact still sports seats, and they do have side bolstering and a little bit of leg bolstering. They are manually adjustable, and so is the steering wheel. And this interior will actually seat a total of 5 with 3 seats there in the back. Now, looking at the rest of the car, there are some very cool ST-specific details, including things like this door sill plate, and I love the aluminum pedals here. Taking a look at the rest of the car, we have power adjustable mirrors and power windows, and if we go ahead and climb into the car here, we can go ahead and start it up, which is actually a push button in this car. Clutch in, Car starts right up, and you can see our mileage there as well, 500 original miles on this car. Moving on to some of the other features, you have a leather-wrapped steering wheel with some available buttons to adjust your various infotainment. You also have a 6-speed manual transmission, which also has leather as well. Taking a look in the middle here, we have our infotainment system, which is fairly basic, but it is in fact a touchscreen, which is cool. You have the Sony system here, which is also for the speakers for your sound system. Below that, you have your automatic climate control, little storage pocket, traction control buttons. As we continue down, we have our cup holders. We have some ambient lighting in the cup holder section. We actually have our big parking brake here, which is a physical parking brake, not electronic, and a little bit of a storage area. And as you can see here with the low mileage of this car, all of the plastics and cloth are just in great condition, and it's a little bit unique in the sense that it's a no option car, but still very much every bit of that enthusiast hot hatch. So, short drive in the Fiesta ST, as we don't want to add too many miles to it. But as you would expect, this car drives like a new car. And I mean, everything is incredibly smooth to operate. Even how Ford designed this car from the factory makes me think that it would probably be pretty hard to stall. I imagine there's a lot of people that probably learned how to drive manual on these cars as well. And certainly got some pep and some exhaust when you want it. So there you have it. That is a quick look at what is essentially a well-preserved, brand new 2017 Ford Fiesta ST with just 500 original miles. And I mean, that rareness and uniqueness is further built upon the fact that this is a zero-option car, not a single dime spent on any of the options, making it incredibly rare and special in that sense, priced at just $22,015, including delivery. Now, fortunately, this car also comes with all of that stuff that you would have gotten new when you purchased it from the dealer. Both keys, window sticker, all the books, all that stuff is included on this incredibly rare example, which is for sale. Heading up for auction on Bring a Trailer, where it will be selling with no reserve as offered from Casio Motors. And with that, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you could leave me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it, and consider getting subscribed for more content like this in the future.